All right, everyone. We're gonna get started in a easy seated position. I recommend grabbing either a pillow or a block to sit on, just to get a little bit of a pelvic tilt forward. If that's uncomfortable to you, you can opt out of that, or if you don't have any props available, you can opt out. But it just helps settle your lower spine a little bit, gets you in a nice upright position. So when you're settled in, take as many wiggles as you need. Start to softly close your eyes and bring your awareness to what's going on around you right now. Do you hear any sounds? Can you hear the music that is playing? Is there anything else that you can hear? What does it feel like underneath your fingertips? Are you holding on to your knees, perhaps the floor? And slowly start to bring some awareness to your breath. Have you been holding on to your breath, or can you start to slowly lengthen your inhalations and your exhalations just to settle in further? Roll your shoulders down your back and slightly tilt your head downward just so that you have a neutral neck position. Can you start to soften the muscles in your face? Just pay attention to your breath. It is so important to ground and center, and so often when we're stressed, we feel so anxious and out of control, but paying attention to your breath and those things around you can help bring you back to being centered again. Take a deep breath in, and a full open mouth, sigh out, let it go. Another deep breath in, and another big sigh out. Slowly start to tilt your head to a neutral position. Place your left palm on the ground and reach your right hand up to the side of your head and just gently nudge your head towards the right hand side of the room. You don't want to pull any weight. Your hand itself already has enough weight there, but the more that you push your left palm, into the earth, you can round just a little bit more. Should feel a nice stretch on the side of your neck. Again, if this is too much, you can always back off. A few more breaths here. And when you're ready, lift your palm into the sky, and we're just gonna switch this out. So ground your opposite palm into the earth, reach your palm up and over, and tilt your head over to the left side of the room as you push firmer into your right palm. Again, this side will feel a little different. You might be holding on to a little bit more tension. So if this hurts a little bit more for you, you can ease off. Release the side of your head. And again, just start to softly roll your neck from one side to the other, just taking some small circles to warm up your spine. And when you're ready, come off of your plat and come to your seat on the mat. You want to extend your legs out forward and remove any flesh in between your seat and the mat. And at this point, you'll want to grab, if you've got blocks accessible to you, if not, a pillow or two. I'm going to take a seated forward fold, but you'll want something to help rest your forehead on if that's accessible to you. So for me, I'm going to take one block facing up another block on its side. And when you think you've got the right height, inhale your arms up to the sky. Exhale, start to slowly reach forward the top of your mat until you can't keep your spine straight anymore. And then fold onto your prop. We'll be here for a bit. I'm going to let you know when we're about halfway through, so that if you want to change the position of your block or change your prop altogether to get a little bit deeper into the pose, you can certainly do that. Close your eyes if you haven't done so already. And pay attention to your breath as you continue to loosen your lower back and soften into your mat. Forward folds are so good for our parasympathetic nervous system. They really help calm us down and ground us and let us release our anxiety and just stress from what's happening right now. So anytime you're feeling overwhelmed or just needing a break, a forward fold is such a great place to come to. Continue to breathe and focus on lengthening your inhalations and your exhalations. We're about halfway through. So if you'd like to lower one of your props or remove a prop if you've got a couple, please do so to get deeper into the pose now that you've opened up a little bit. But if this feels good to you where you're at, please stay and just enjoy the benefits of this forward fold. And you release the muscles in your face and relax your jaw just a little bit more. Release any tension that you're holding on to force this pose. Can you just embrace? You won't be here forever. What more can you let go of in order to deepen into this space? About 30 more seconds here. Taking any final variations of this pose. 2 more rounds of breath here. Slowly, when you're ready, start to make your way up to a seat. Move props out of the way. And if you would face the left side of your mat, come to about the middle of your mat, but bring your props to where your feet normally would be. And you're going to place your right thigh parallel with the top of your mat and your right shin parallel with the left side of your mat. You'll come to somewhat of a cheerleader pose if you take your left leg and bend it next to you. We're gonna take deer. So on your next inhale, start to rotate over to the top of your mat where your feet would be. And if this is enough for you, if this is enough of a twist, you can stay up in this posture. But if you would like to take a deeper expression, you can slowly start to crawl your arms forward. And you'll want to adjust your props so they can come underneath your chest. If this is enough for you, stay here. If you want the full expression, you can take your gaze over to the right side of your mat for a full twist. This might be way too much right now, but you may be able to ease into that when we're about halfway through. So wherever you're comfortable right now, stay there, and then I will let you know when you're about halfway through this posture. Can you roll your shoulders down your back and just relax a little bit more in your upper body? So often in twists, we hold on to tension because we don't want to let go. So can you soften just a little bit to twist a little bit deeper, relax just a little bit more into the ground? We are already halfway through on this side, so if you do want to deepen your expression, please take that. But if this is good for you, feel free to stay and enjoy the last few minutes in deer. Focus on your breath, and you continue to deepen your breath in this challenging pose. Holding postures for as long as we do in yin really help get into that connective tissue that often we can't stretch enough because we don't spend enough time doing it. So we hold these poses to be able to increase flexibility by releasing the muscle for a longer period of time. And it may feel uncomfortable, it may feel like you're not doing as much as you'd like, but you're doing a lot. And the art of rest is so important, especially in times of extra stress. We have about 30 more seconds in this pose. Lengthen your breath. Take your last 2 rounds of breath in this posture. And slowly, on your next inhale, when you're ready, start to make your way up to a seat. Bring your knees, your feet out in front of you, facing the left side of your mat, and just slowly windshield wiper your knees back and forth to loosen up your lower back. However many times you need, please take that. And to make it easy on ourselves, we're just going to move our prop to the opposite side of our mat. Come to about center. Take your left shin parallel with where your head would normally be on your mat, and then bring your right thigh behind you in that cheerleader sit. And when you're ready, start to slowly rotate your torso towards the top of your mat. And this might be enough for you right now on this side, but if not, take a deep breath in as you take your gaze up, and slowly on your exhale, crawl your way down until you can find your props. And this side might be a little tighter. You might actually be able to get a little bit lower on the side, just depending on how tight the side is versus the other. So take it easy on yourself. Allow patience if the side's a little bit more tense for you. You may need to add some additional props to assist you on this side, or perhaps you can remove some that you don't need. I'll let you know when we're halfway through on this side. So settle in, close your eyes, and just breathe. Do you have a quick breath, or are you breathing deep in and out? Don't judge whatever breath you're taking, but just pay attention to it. And if you can slowly lengthen, or just be more mindful of your breathing, you should be able to slow down and actually rest in this pose. We're already halfway through on this side, so if you'd like to take it deeper, you can take your gaze over to your left palm. Just for that final full supine twist, but if you would like to stay where you're at, please stay there. About 30 more seconds in this pose, taking any final movements. Feel good, any variation that you want to stretch to just for a few minutes longer. On your next inhale, slowly start to make your way out. Come to a tabletop position on your mat. And when you're ready, we'll meet in child's pose. Toe tips to touch, knees out wide. Bring probably your forehead, your hands forward, and bring your forehead to something, either a prop, your mat, anything that you can bring your third eye center, the center of your forehead down to the earth. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, roll your shoulders on your back and relax into this just a little bit more. Is there somewhere you can let go of some tension? Do you feel tight in your hips or in your upper body? Can you just ease into that by paying attention to your breath as you melt into the mat? I'll let you know when we're halfway through. We're halfway through in this posture. Can you sink more down into your heels or just relax your upper body just a little bit more? And perhaps if you do have a prop underneath your forehead, you'd be able to remove it down and use your mat to press into your forehead. You just open a little bit more as you continue to sink. You've let your mind wander. Bring it back to your mat. What is going on around you right now? Can you try to be present for the rest of your practice this evening? You find yourself thinking of other things. Just pay attention to that and be kind with yourself to bring yourself back to where you are right now. The act of mindfulness is a practice. We've got about 30 more seconds here. Please take what you need in child's pose. Breath in. Full open mouth, sigh out, let it go. Slowly on your next inhale, start to make your way up to tabletop. We're gonna take half pigeon on the right or sleeping swan if you're familiar with yin practice. Some of you may need to or want to come in from a down dog, but if you want to, you can just come in through table by bringing your right knee towards your right hand, your right ankle towards your left hand, as parallel to the mat, top of your mat as possible. Extend your left leg straight back, take a peek over your shoulders to align your hips down towards the earth. Inhale, puff up your chest, take your gaze upward. Exhale, start to slowly crawl yourself out until you can put your pigeon to sleep. And a prop underneath your forehead here might feel really nice. So if you've got a block or a pillow handy, place it under your forehead. You might be able to get deeper into this pose as we are halfway through, and perhaps you can remove that prop. So for now, just focus on how this feels. Likely pretty uncomfortable. Pigeon is a lot of discomfort because we tend to hold so much tension in our hips. And when we're stressed and when we're worried and when we're sad and we say we're fine, but we're not really fine, we're storing that not fine in our hips. So just imagine that you're finally allowing yourself to feel and to release some of that. You don't have to carry that around all the time, and it's okay to let those things go. So I've been feeling a lot of sadness with what's happening, and I've been holding on to that. So for me, this pose is giving me a lot of sense of relief and just allowing myself to feel these things. And that might be coming up for you too, and that's okay. But you know, sometimes pigeon has the opposite effect where you feel anger and you don't know where that's coming from, but it could just again be something that you've been storing and holding on to. So just allow yourself to relax, release, imagine that you're letting that stuff out and letting it go. You can wipe it away at the end of class. We're almost halfway through. If you'd like to remove any props to get further down towards the mat, please do that now. But if you feel good where you're at or you're in your fullest expression, just continue to breathe. Send any breath to any additional sources of tension. And just sink further. Only got about 30 more seconds in this pose, so get the lasting benefits out of sleeping swan or pigeon pose, and just thank yourself for allowing this time to release and let something go. And how can you walk around just a little bit lighter? Two more rounds of breath here. On your next inhale, slowly start to make your way out of this. That might look different for all of us tonight. You can extend your right leg back to the back of your mat and tuck your toes and just stretch out your entire back of your leg. You might be creating some circles just to bring some blood flow back to this side. Whatever feels good to you, please take that. You might enjoy some cat-cow in between sides just to release something and let something go. And when you're ready, we're just going to swap that out for the left. So however you need to get into it, if you need to come to a down dog, or if you're looking for more of a passive class, you can just bring your left shin towards the top of your mat, your left ankle towards your right hand, your left knee towards your left hand. Slowly take a peek over your shoulder to square your hips towards your mat. Inhale, take your gaze upward. Exhale, slowly start to crawl down to your mat on this side. And you might be extra tight on this side and need some additional props at first. This might be your easier side. Whatever that means for you, just get into a slightly uncomfortable, never painful, but slightly uncomfortable position to where you can allow yourself to open up on this side. I will let you know when we're halfway through. So if you'd like to deepen on this side, you can. But if not, pay attention to your breath. Pay attention to the muscles in your face. Can you soften your jaw and relax your eyebrows? Can you roll your shoulders on your back? Just allow yourself to melt into your mat and enjoy the stretch. We're halfway through on this side. Can you make any adjustments to get a little bit deeper into this pose? Just a reminder to breathe here and know that we're almost done. So you can do some challenging things, and sometimes pigeon is that challenging thing. What are you still holding on to that you don't need to carry anymore? Now's your opportunity to release and let go. We've got about 30 more seconds here. Taking any final things that we need or leaving behind things that we don't. Slowly on your next inhale, start to make your way out. Again, you might need something different on this side. It may feel good to extend your left leg back, tucking your toes and Stretching out the entire backside of your leg. You might need to take some circles with your knee, or even come to a down dog if you're craving something a little bit more. But whatever you need, just take that time. And again, you might sway from side to side. You may take some cat cows, just some gentle movement, and you feel good here. When you're ready, come to your seat and slowly start to make your way down. Grab something prop close to you, either a block or a pillow. We are going to take a supported bridge pose. So if you've got a block or a pillow, you'll come all the way down to your spine. And you'll bring your heels closer to your fingertips. So if you could lightly graze your heels with your fingertips a few times. And then when you're ready, you'll push up and lift your hips towards the sky for bridge, but you'll hold onto your prop and you'll place it underneath your sacrum, the widest part of your lower back area. And you'll know when you hit that, because until you don't, you'll be a little uncomfortable, but when you find that spot, you'll feel very stable, as if you could lift your legs towards the ceiling and you would be able to not wobble over. That's how you kind of know that you've got it in the right spot. So settle in here, allow either your palms to face up to receive some good energy, or down for grounding, especially as you wind down this evening. Close your eyes. And just allow yourself to rest here, to give your heart a break. Typically, our heart works so hard to pump blood to all parts of our body, and now that our brain is lower than our chest, we're able to give our heart just a little bit of a break. You don't have to work as hard. And you start to lengthen your breath and roll your shoulders down your back, just to ease into this a little bit more. All four corners of your feet should be firmly planted into the earth. It may feel good to widen your knees out just a little bit more. We'll let you know when we're halfway through. Every inhale, feel your belly rise and expand out. And every inhale, imagine that you're releasing all of the air, letting everything go. And you continue to pay attention to your breath and slow it down to allow yourself to ease into the last part of class. You're halfway through. If you want to make any adjustments with your prop, please do. If you want to change your hand position so that your hands rest on your belly so you can feel your breath, you can do that too. Whatever feels comfortable for you. About 30 more seconds left in this pose. Do you feel a little bit calmer, just forgiving yourself just a tiny break? Have you been able to let something go? Two more rounds of breath here. When you're ready, press into your feet to lift up your hips and remove your prop. Slowly bring your hips down towards the earth. Bring your knees into your palms and slightly sway from side to side just to massage and loosen up your lower back. When you're ready, bring your knees into a 90-degree angle and tee out your arms. On your exhale, bring your knees over to your left and your gaze over to your right palm for a supine twist. Roll your shoulders down your back and kind of softly close your eyes. You may find that you actually need a prop between your knees to let your hips square off, or perhaps even underneath your bottom knee just to create some more space, allow yourself to get more grounding. The important thing here is to rotate your chest open so that both of your shoulder blades touch the ground, and to continue to keep your gaze facing the right hand side, but allowing yourself to close your eyes to get the benefits out of this twist. Twists are great to aid digestion and just wring out. So we've done a lot of opening this class, and now we're just letting some of that go. I'll let you know when we're halfway through. We're halfway through on this side. If you have any props between or underneath your knees, you can see if you can remove those to get a little bit deeper into this twist. And if you haven't used any props, can you just roll your shoulders on your back a little bit more to allow some more opening in your chest area, and relaxing your neck, your shoulders. Feel the stretch in the entire right hip. Perhaps you want a deeper twist. You can always take your left hand to your right knee just to nudge it gently more towards the left side of your mat. Is your mind wandering, or are you fully present in the moment? Can you bring your awareness back to your body and what is happening right now? Perhaps you focus on your gratitude that you took the time out of your hectic day to spend on your mat. And this week has felt so long already, and just allowing yourself this time is so beneficial. Mental health is so critical right now. We have about 30 more seconds on this side. Take anything that you still need, even if that's just deepening your breath, imagining that you're letting something go. Two more rounds of breath here. And slowly, when you're ready, start to bring your knees back to center. And again, you can just rock from side to side just to let that go. Perhaps you take some circles with your knees in one direction and then towards the other side. And when you're ready, come back to a neutral position. Tee out your arms. Bring your knees over to the right side of your mat and take your gaze over to the left. Again, taking some time to set up. You might need props on this side, or perhaps you need to roll your shoulders on your back to allow both of your shoulder blades to kiss the earth. But either way, just gently bring your gaze towards your left fingertips and softly close your eyes. You're set, and try to stay in some stillness as you start to open on this side. I'll let you know when we're halfway through. We're about halfway through on this side, so if you need to twist a little bit deeper just to get a little bit more of a stretch, if you've lost any sensation just from being able to open more, can you continue to twist just a little bit further? But perhaps you are at a really cozy spot and this is enough for you this evening. Just stay. Start to pay attention to your breath if you've lost your train of thought or started to wander. 30 more seconds here, taking any final deepening in this pose before we move on. Two more rounds of breath here. Slowly on your next inhale, start to make your way back to center. Again, taking time to loosen up your lower back by swaying from side to side or creating circles with your knees in one direction, then gently towards the other direction. When you're ready, come to Supta Baddha Konasana. The soles of your feet should come together. Your knees should fold out wide. It might feel really good because we'll hold this for a little bit to put either any kind of props underneath your knees. So if you've got two blocks or two pillows, bring them to underneath each knee to allow them to open gently without having that strain of nothing assisting you. And if you want, you can bring your hands to your belly just to feel your breath. Close your eyes. Soften your face. Start to roll your shoulders down your back. This posture is so great to loosen up the lower part of your back if you have a lot of back issues. Holding this posture for a while is so good to start to soften into that. You sit all day on your couch or just in a not super comfortable chair in your home. This should help you just relax a little bit to open that up. I'll let you know when we're halfway through. We're already halfway through this posture, so if you need further deepening that you would like, and if you did use some props under your knees and you're feeling like you want a little bit more opening, you can remove them, or you can bring your palms towards your thighs or your knees to gently urge your knees to fall closer to the earth. Thirty more seconds here. Slowly, on your next inhale, start to close your knees back together like a book. Just sway gently from side to side. Perhaps a happy baby would feel good here just for a brief moment to release your lower spine. You can stay in stillness or rock from side to side if that feels good to you. And when you're ready, you'll make your way to Shavasana. If you have a wall near you accessible, I highly recommend legs up the wall. You'll just bring your bottom as close to the wall as you can. Lay down on your back and extend your legs up to the sky, resting on the wall. Really helps calm you down before bedtime. But if that's not your thing or you don't have a wall nearby that you can do that on, normal, typical Shavasana is totally fine as well. Extend out to a cozy shape. And place your palms facing down just for some grounding. If you like, you can dim any lights that you have. Close your eyes, roll your shoulders down your back, and just use this time to rest. Shavasana is here for you as long as you need. If you would like to turn me off or tune me out so that you can rest further and just relax before bed, please do that. But if you're ready to gently be guided out just so that you can make it to bed, or to wind down for the rest of your evening, slowly start to bring awareness to your fingers and your toes. Perhaps you take some gentle circles with your wrists and your ankles. And when you're ready, just make your way to one side or the other for brave step and fetal pose. Keeping your eyes closed, collecting yourself before we end class. Taking some time to thank yourself for showing up tonight. Hoping you were able to release something and leave it here. And when you're ready, slowly start to make your way to a comfortable seat. Bring your hands to heart center and softly close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. And a big open mouth, sigh out, let it go. Breathe in some good energy, some love, some healing. Breathe out all the bad, anything that's left that you don't need anymore. Release that now. Thank you guys so much for showing up tonight. I truly appreciate all of you so much, and I'm sending you all so much love. I hope you sleep well tonight and can relax. Thank you. Namaste.